Hello everybody. A couple of days ago I was quite surprised that the people over at Fstoppers shared something on Facebook what was kind of weird. It was one of these text images where with two columns, and it said that what people think when they hire a photographer in one column, and what they really hire, something like that, in the second column. And in the first column it said somebody who can take good pictures. The second column, what they really hire is somebody who has the education, the skills, professionalism, and the gear, who has to pay his phone, for his insurance, and all this kind of stuff. All this overhead costs and so were listed, and education and the post-processing stuff, skills, and so. And it really struck me in a little, in a certain way, because I think that was such a BS post. And this is what surprised me when I see that Fstoppers is sharing some crap like that, because even though I understand the intention, there was one reaction that really covered it, and it said that it sounds like a whiny kind of reaction of somebody who thinks I'm so much better than that, and but I can't find any work. And yes, there we are again with this old discussion about just putting pushing a button. And let's see, people who are hiring a photographer don't give a F what they are paying for their self, for their insurance, for the gasoline, what education they have, what they think about lighting, what they think about all the overhead costs that don't bother them. And even though I understand the frustration of some people, if you need a plumber, do you really want to know if he knows all his tools, or if he has all his tools, if he has what price he pays for his gasoline, for his insurance, for his fan, for his... it doesn't bother you. You have a problem, you want to have it fixed, and you know this is a problem that is solved by a plumber, so I call a plumber and he comes and he fixes everything, and everything is done. It's a profession, just like photography. Photography is a profession. Even though that everybody can hold a camera these days, everybody can hold a wrench these days as well. And I can tell you, I'm not that good carpenter. Even though I could probably buy professional carpenter tools, but and I think this is the whole thing that is going around in the mind of the photographer who is posting shit like that. You see, it doesn't matter. People looking for a guy with a camera when they looking for a photographer, or a girl. Most people who are just hiring a guy with a camera don't giving a darn about photography at all. There are people who give about photography, who are photographers, but who give about photography. People who see the difference between a shitty photograph and a very well taken photograph. And I guess that there are more people who see the difference than we might think as being a photographer. The problem is that people are some people, not every, there are a lot of people who are very fast satisfied, and if they want to buy okay images, they look what they have to pay, how little they have to pay for okay images. So and I think this is the frustration that plays here, and this is where the shoot and burners come in, and here is why shoot and burners are no competition. They are no competition because they don't, I can't say that they don't have the proper education, and I don't want to say that, but a photographer who takes himself seriously isn't a shoot and burner, a cheapo shoot and burner. This is probably a harsh statement, but let's see it this way. Let's say you are going to decide to become a shoot and burner. What means becoming shoot and burner is you're going to take pictures and burn them on a DVD, send them over. And I saw a lot of crap, and I actually never saw a shoot and burner who delivered quality. But that's my opinion. What why shoot and burners aren't really competition is, if you see shoot and burners as a competition, it's probably because you are one of them. Keep that in mind and repeat it. If you see shoot and burners as a competition, you are probably one of them. The problem with shoot and burner, or not the problem with shoot and burners, but better say the problem of shoot and burners, is that, let's say they shoot, I saw a wedding photographer who did a whole wedding for $300. What he did was handing it over for $300, a DVD with a lot of photographs, and that's it. He covered the whole day from the reception to the end of the party or whatever, and said $300. But this is not a professional photographer. He never can live from it, because if you, for example, reckon if you even go to the more affordable lenses, the 70-200 2.8, the 17-55 2.8, not the original brands, but the let's say a Sigma Tamron, something like that, you have $800, $850 for a 200 2.8 or a 70-55 2.8, or $1,600. How that's at least these two lenses you need, and how many weddings do you have to shoot just to afford these two lenses? And then you don't have a camera, you don't have speed lights, you don't have studio strobes, you don't have anything, just these two lenses. How many weddings do you have to shoot to get just these two lenses? So you're not a professional, you're not competition, you're just a hobbyist who is having fun with his camera, and there's nothing wrong with that. There are also hobbyists who have extremely, I saw hobbyists with a Nikon D4, there are hobbyists with a Canon 1DX, with very expensive cameras, but they don't earn anything. No, they pay on top of what they get paid. They pay on top of the shoot because they like to do that, but they are not professional in the way that they make a living of it, or that they earn from it. And that's totally okay for these people, and if they want to be shoot and burners, so let them be shoot and burners, but they are not competition. And if you are say I'm so much better than a shoot and burner, and I hope you are, and you say okay, we always come to cars when it comes to comparison products. You see, I have to think right now on Bambi Cantrell, who said You can go to a Mercedes dealer if you don't have enough money for a Mercedes. They don't say, okay, let's make it work. But there are tons of photographers out there who would say, oh, you can't afford me, let's make it work. And then you go down to your shoot and burner competition. You see, if you are a shoot and burner, there are so many shoot and burners because they're in the lowest segment of the market. In the lowest segment you have very many competitors. In the medium segment of the market you have less competition. In the top segment of the market you have very little competition. And this is just like with cars. If you have a Lamborghini, there are Ferraris, Maseratis, but there is not that broad competition because the market is smaller and there are less less providers. So the competition on top is less than the competition below. But keep in mind, if you say that you are that good, if you want to sell a Lamborghini, you have to produce one. You can't just say, hey, I'm the best photographer around and I know everything. No, if you are shooting your group shots with a lighting setup for a single person portrait, and it can be that you are happy with that. It can be that you are that your clients are happy with that, but these clients are not coming out of the medium or the top segment because these people know what they want. These people know enough about photography to say that this is shit what you deliver. Don't forget that. If you want to sell a Ferrari, you have to buy one, or you have to own one, or you have to produce one. You can't just state to be as good that you can sell this kind of stuff. Another problem for people is who see these shoot and burners at their competition, even though they think about themselves not to be one of them, is that they don't value their own work. They have most of the time the attitude that they would rather do a shoot for free than not at all. For example, I rather don't shoot at all than shooting for free. And now here comes something what already filters customers out of my way. Let's say it this way: if you are there are people, I know there are people right now saying, okay, then you don't shoot at all, and this filters you out of it because I don't shoot for free, never do, because and here is a point where you probably think you shoot for free, Mario. I saw you doing so, but in the end there is always somebody who pays for it. Be it the advertiser for this video or other video or an advertiser over at my blog. If I shoot, I use it, it's my content. My content in the end makes me money. And this is why I occasionally do shoots that are free for the person who's been shot, bang, that I'm shooting. And this is when one hand is washing the other. It's just I get paid for it. I even have the habit to offer people a free shoot just because of my passion for shooting, but I also know I'm using the stuff and in the end it's paid. It will be paid. In the end, Google is paying. Google is paying for it. Or other sponsors are paying. Or most of the time, it's Google. But they have one shot. If I give you the possibility to get for a free shoot, I give you an invitation and you say no, because normally I would charge you, and you say no, you would say no, then I would never ever ask you again. I would never ever give you the opportunity again, because I think you was too good for it that this time, you are too good for it next time. And on the other hand, if you don't react because of insecurity about your person, and this is as seems often the case, the invitation stands until you react on it. So even if it's 1 year from now, you're insecure about yourself, and you come next year and say, oh, you ask me for a shoot, are you still willing to do so? Yes, I'm still willing. I probably still willing to do so, but in the end there's always somebody who pays for it. And okay, it probably sounds arrogant, but this is my opinion on all this kind of stuff. I hope you have have fun shooting, and see you next time. And most importantly, don't lose your passion about it. This is in the end what it's all about. But okay, we had it about money and photography, and this were my 2 cents on it. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead. Goodbye.